Celebrity barman, Pascal Okechukwu aka Cubana ChiefPriest has been given 7 days to perfect his 10 million naira bail condition with 2 sureties of government workers not less than a salary grade level 16, after he pleaded not guilty on Wednesday at the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos State to 3-count charge of allegedly spraying naira notes, tampering and abuse of the currency. Unlike popular cross-dresser Idris Okuneye aka Bobrisky, who pleaded guilty for same offense and was unable to perfect his administrative bail condition given to him by the EFCC, Cubana ChiefPriest lawyer appealed to the court that Cubana ChiefPriest had been on administrative bail, and since he has not defaulted in any aspect of the administrative bail conditions handed him by the EFCC. Therefore, the lawyer prayed the court to grant Cubana ChiefPriest bail in a liberal term with 14 days period to enable him meet the bail conditions, since the offense he was accused of is punishable by option of fine or a jail term not more than 6 months. The court thereafter ordered Cubana ChiefPriest to deposit his international passport with the court, 10 million naira as bail conditions to be paid within 7 days, alongside 2 workers of not less than grade level 16 either from state or federal civil service that must have landed properties. The court adjourned the matter to May 2, 2024. Shortly after the court sitting, Cubana ChiefPriest posted on his social media handles and stated in quote thus, "Seeing all your messages and love, I'm so humbled. Now it's confirmed CP no be small money, NA water." Details of the court session as reported by the Public Relations Unit of EFCC reads in quote below. EFCC arraigns Cubana ChiefPriest for alleged naira abuse. The Lagos Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Wednesday, April 17, 2024, arraigned a businessman and socialite, Pascal Okechukwu, aka Cubana ChiefPriest, on a 3-count charge bordering on abuse of the naira before Justice Kehinde Ogunda sitting at the Federal High Court, Ikoyi, Lagos. Count 1 reads, "That you, Okechukwu Pascal, on the 13th of February 2024, at Eko Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, while dancing during a social event, tampered with funds in the denomination of 500 naira, issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria by spraying, thereby committed an offense contrary to and punishable under Section 21(1) of the Central Bank Act, 2007. Count 2 reads, "That you, Okechukwu Pascal, sometime in 2020, in Lagos, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, during a social event tampered with funds in the denomination of 500 naira, issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria by spraying same for 2 hours, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to and punishable under Section 21(1) of the Central Bank Act, 2007. Earlier during the proceedings, Defense Counsel, Chikauzulu Ojukwu, SAN, notified the court of 2 applications, a preliminary objection and a summons for bail. He, however, prayed that the defendant be allowed to take his plea, and the said applications taken when they are ripe. He pleaded not guilty to the charges when they were read to him. In view of his plea, prosecution counsel, Bilkisu Buhari, asked the court for a trial date. Responding, counsel to the defendant, Ojukwu informed the court of an application for bail. He said, "My lord, we have an application dated and filed the 17th of April 2024 for an order admitting the defendant to bail in liberal terms. The order is predicated on 8 grounds, 25 paragraph affidavit and a written address. We rely on the affidavit that the defendant has been on an administrative bail and has not breached the condition of the bail." Continuing, Ojukwu stressed that the offense of which he is being charged is a misdemeanor for which the punishment is an option of fine or a sentence of not more than 6 months. "I urge the court to exercise your kind discretion in favor of the defendant. I also urge my noble lord to give us 14 days to enable him perfect the bail condition, in the event that bail is granted." Upon hearing the submission of the council, Justice Obunda granted the defendant bail in the sum of 10 million nairas, with 2 responsible sureties. The sureties must be gainfully employed within the federal or state government parastatal and must not be less than grade level 16 officers. They must possess landed properties and the documents verified by the prosecution. The judge also ordered the defendant to submit his passport with the court and all addresses verified by the prosecution. The bail condition is to be perfected within 7 days upon an undertaking by the defense counsel to produce him. The case was adjourned till May 2, 2024 for hearing of the application. Olukoyede seeks diligence and godliness in fight against corruption. The Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede has called on Christian clerics across the country to strive towards diligence and godliness as work ethics and potent weapons against economic and financial crimes and other acts of corruption. He made this call in Abuja on Tuesday, April 16, 2024 while receiving the founder and chaplain of Voice of God Chaplaincy, Reverend Francis Obayoha, who paid him a courtesy visit at the corporate headquarters of the commission. According to Olukoyede, priests play significant roles in nation building through their prayers, accountable conduct, diligence and righteous way of life. It is a privilege when we have men of God in our midst. We believe in prayers and doing the right thing. Fighting corruption is a calling. Asking people to do the right thing is also a calling, so our mandate is similar to your mission. Let us work diligently and righteously at all times and we will be able to save our nation, he said. The EFCC's boss pointed out that preaching and practicing what is good have more impact on people. Let us talk to ourselves because doing the right thing also begins with us. You can backquote TB preaching to people when you are not showing examples. Let's do the right things more than we preach it, for righteousness exalts a nation, he said. He went further to commend Obayoha for taking the initiative to establish Christian chapels in law enforcement environments in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. He pledged that the EFCC will support the mission by making sure that anti-corruption messages are passed across the country. Earlier, Obayoha in his speech thanked the EFCC's boss for making himself available for God to use him to serve the people. He pointed out God chose him for service and impact. I want to let you know that all eyes are on you. God chose you for a purpose and I pray God will continue to give you boldness, courage and grace to do the work, he said. The cleric explained that God gave him a mandate to preach the gospel to uniformed people. Till date, God has used us to establish over 25 worship centers in various law enforcement agencies in Abuja. I love the EFCC so much. What you are doing is commendable. Do not be afraid of anybody. You will not fail, he said.
Bring you the news in a more digital way.